welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sofia, and today we are just going to be talking about what we read on February and what we are planning to read in March. I don't do monthly TBRs or wrap-ups, I just do them when I feel like it, and I wanted to document what I read because this month the only way I can describe February in reading department is quality over quantity. I didn't read that much, I read only 5 books, but those 5 books were amazing. Before starting, please tell me in the comment what you read on February, what was your favorite book you read in February, and also what you're planning to read on March. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm gonna talk first about my February reads and then go into my March TBR. This month I read a lot of second books in series. The first book I finished was Aurora Burning by Amie Come and Kristoff, and it was a buddy read with I loved it. This is the second book in the Aurora Rising series, and it's ongoing right now. We don't know if it's a trilogy or a 4-book type of series. If you have seen my videos recently, you know I loved Aurora Rising. I even defaced the book. It's an amazing science fiction. It's really quick to read, really fun, and it follows the 5-man band trope. It's about this like group of outcasts that don't really get along with each other, but they have to create a team to save the world, the galaxy, whatever you put them into. This is what Aurora Rising is about, and Aurora Burning just kind of continue that story. I really liked it. We were able to see more of the characters, their personality, how are they evolving, how they work in this team. The only thing I did not quite enjoy was Aurora and Cal, which is this guy here in the cover. They are pretty empty characters, so I hope in the next book they can give them a little bit more of depth. I will really describe this series right now as a Star Wars-y Reylo kind of vibes. Like, they're gonna continue reading this series. I cannot wait for the 3rd book to come out, and I think Finian is gonna be in the cover if you have read the books. The next book I read was A Court of Silver Flames. Of course that book was going to be on this list. I read it as an ebook because I still haven't yet gotten my book. I won't say much because this is the 4th book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Maas, so yeah, it's a 4th book. I cannot say a lot about it. Here we follow Nesta's story. It was perfection, 5 stars. It has become my favorite book out of the whole ACOTAR series. I'm planning to reread it next month when my copy arrives because, well, and because I read A Court of Silver Flames, I did a reread of A Court of Winds and Ruin, because I reread A Court of Mist and Fury pretty much every year, but I've only read A Couloir once. So I decided to pick it up. I read it in a day, so imagine how I was craving so much Maas, the Night Court kind of thing. It was awesome. Like, the first time I gave it a 5 stars. Also, this was a reread, so I don't have to say more about it, but that's another book that I read this month. The next book I read was also the 2nd book in a duology this time, and that was Vicious Spirits by Kat Cho. 2nd book in the Wicked Fox duology. I loved Wicked Fox. It's one of my favorite books of last year. I like Wicked Fox better, but it's still a really good book. One of my biggest fears was that in this book we follow Ji-Hoon and Min-young. I'm probably pronouncing their name wrong because it's Korean. And in this one, the main characters are 2 side characters that appear in Wicked Fox. Juno and Somin, probably pronouncing their names wrong too. I was super surprised because I loved both stories. Both are super different. For me, this one was about understanding different type of love that people have around the world and how people treat you when they love you, and this one was about finding love for yourself and also letting others love you in that type of ways. If you like K-dramas, go read this book. If you like Korean culture, go read these books, and if you don't, still go read them because they are awesome urban fantasy that follow Korean folklore, and I found that super interesting, super new. Just look at those covers. They're so pretty. I love them. The last book I read in February was Long Time Coming. I started this book in December of last year. I had to put it on hold in January because it was so hard to read. I finished it the other day. I'm still speechless. I want to do a whole video on it because it was that good. That book is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I have to put a disclaimer here. This is an adult book, so if you are a young adult or you are searching for young adult fantasy, this is not it. This is adult, really adult, and it has a lot of trigger warnings that I always link down below when I speak about this. After finishing this book, I couldn't really talk about it. I didn't know what to think about it. I loved it. It's a fantasy book, but it's pretty much based on East Asian history, and it's pretty much a real story sprinkled with a little bit of fantasy dust. That's how I will describe these. Follow Rin, which is a peasant girl from the south that is gonna be pretty much sold in this marriage that she doesn't want. Her only way to getting out of that life is taking this test. If she studies super hard and she pass the test as one of the tops of the country, she will go to this military school called Synagogue. There's a lot of rich people in that academy that have been studying her whole life, and they think she cheated on the test. And from that we see that Rin has this power, this rage inside of her. All of these in a setting where war is around the corner. I was gonna read the review I uploaded on my Instagram because I think I'm better at writing my thoughts than saying them out loud. So I said, this book left me speechless. It might be a fantasy, but it's pretty much based in real East Asian history and culture, which made the novel 100% better. It's a story about people and what war does to all of us. You won't find the typical likable characters here. There's no winner or losers. Everyone is flawed, everyone makes bad decisions, or maybe the best of the bad ones. Rin is the biggest anti-hero I have ever read about, and I can't wait to see how she evolves in the future. The politics and the war talk were impressive, all of that because of the writing style and dialogue. The plot was a bit all over the place, but again, we are talking about war and war gets messy. My favorite part is where the characters and their abilities, if you are interested in reading this book, do it. It really is mind-blowing. There's nothing else I can say without spoiling it. Let's go into my March TBR. My TBRs never go as I planned. Straight into it. The Dragon Republic. Second book for the Puppy War. I need to continue. I've seen people being utterly heartbroken by this book, and the first one already broke my heart, so imagine this one. But yeah, I'm super excited to see Rin and how everything evolves, because the first one ended pretty well, but there's a lot to talk about. Then another sequel that I want to read is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I'm trying to get in up to date with the Shadowhunter book, so I'm planning to read these and probably finishing the Infernal Devices this month. The Chain of Iron and Chain of Gold talk recently, because it just came out like yesterday as I filmed this video, made me want to, like, you know, be in the hype for Shadowhunters again. Then the next one is one of my most anticipated releases of this year, and that's The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharpie. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. A young adult thriller about this girl whose father is this con artist, and she has been raised her whole life in this gang environment, and one day she gets stuck in the middle of a robbery with her ex-boyfriend and her current girlfriend. The robbers don't know that she is this ex-con artist daughter. There's LGBTQ representation, of course, because I believe the main character is bisexual, and I also heard disability rep. I'm not sure, I will tell you when I read it. This cover is gorgeous, like this red, it's so pretty, and the spine is also super pretty. I'm starting another series, and that is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. You can put superheroes anything out, I will read it. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I love everything Marvel. I think this is a book I need to read. I've been reading really dark, well, not dark, but the Puppy War messed me up, honestly, and I just cannot wait to reread it. I have the second book and I wanted to continue the trilogy, and I haven't read anything by Marissa Meyer in a long while. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine, and I'm only putting this here because this is not my book. My friend gave me this copy and she gave it to me a long time ago, and I need to read it. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm gonna read it this month. That's why I'm putting it here. I know you're watching this. Then The Kingdom of Back by Mary Lou. I want to read something by Mary Lou so bad. This cover is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to read more about Mary Lou because she's one of my favorite writers, but I've only read one book from her, which can I call her my favorite writer if I only have reading one book? Not really, right? And look at this map. The last book is Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. I'm doing this thing where I'm trying to find really good sea pirate book recommendations. It says we now have a Lady Jack Sparrow. And you know how much I love my Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a duology. The second book is Daughter of the Siren Queen, which sounds also super amazing. I think it's fantasy, and people have told me it's enemies to lover kinda. And also thank you Maddie because she sent it to me. That's gonna be all for the February wrap up and the March TBR. I really hope you enjoy it. If you might be inspired, let's comment the book stack emoji and just tell me what you're planning to read on March. I love hearing what people are reading. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all the pretty things that really help this channel grow. If you want to keep updated with me and my reads, I have a Goodreads where you can add me as a friend or follow my reviews, and I also have a Bookstagram where I post daily. I also opened a bookish Etsy store not so long ago. There's some bookmarks and the stickers should be soon up, so yeah, check it out also down below. Thank you so much for watching everyone. I love you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!